On paper, I'm the CEO and founder of Healerverse. Every single Friday at 10:30 a.m., we do the roundtable where we feature one of the Healerverse practitioners. It's always such a soothing part of the week. Join us 10:30 a.m. We do it live, we record it so you can learn from the amazing practitioners. There's so many different superpowers out there, so many stories, so many experiences. This is where you're going to find the best stuff. And without further ado, I would love to introduce you to Jenell. I met her last year when she was speaking at an event and on stage, and I heard a story similar to mine for the first time. And
Mhm.
like so powerful. So without further ado, I give you Jenell.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, girlfriend. Thank you so much
Hello.
for having me here.
Yeah.
We tried this, like what, a couple of months ago, and it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
work. But I'm in the same building, just so you guys
Love
know.
that.
So I
Yep.
think it was just like that room, or it just wasn't meant to be that day, right? So I was a little
Yes.
bit nervous, and I got onto him like, better. Come on, Wi-Fi, like be with me,
Yeah, the
right?
Wi-Fi is great today. And also, I think too, it's like divine timing, right? Because
Oh, of
you have,
course, yeah.
yeah, like ever since you had your experience, you've evolved and grown so much. And now you're at a time period where things are gonna even level up even more and evolve and change. So it's like perfect timing today.
It is perfect timing today.
Yeah.
That's how you got to trust and believe in that, right? And so many great things are happening. So we have a lot to talk about. And you know what I love too, guys, is that like I'm here at the hospital, right? So I've worked in traditional medicine for 36 years, a little bit of a break, and then came back after my own traumatic stuff. But just the blend of how there's so much of this side of medicine that is necessary and I believe in. And then there's this whole big piece of this side of medicine that's like, right?
Yes.
Where we try to some of the world will rely on this just because it's what's always been, right? Or what the doctor says is good. But sometimes people only study one type of medicine or one type of thing. So they don't have the knowledge of what else is out there. And hence the importance of Healiverse and all the practitioners here to get that out to the world. Like what is different? What other methodologies and modalities are there? And I knew before I knew, right? Because like back in 2011, overcoming paralysis from a ruptured spine, like, did I need the surgeon? Absolutely, right? Did I need the electrophysiology? All those things, like, for sure, right? But then it was like the healing process is where we kind of like, there was that bump in the road because they want to be taking certain medications that, as an ER nurse at that time, I've been an ER nurse for several decades. I saw patients' medication lists and I saw patients that like included those medications, those types, and there just seemed to be this pattern. And I didn't want to be that, I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole, to be honest, right? So when they wanted me to take those things, I was a hard no. And they couldn't understand. But there was that reason going on over here. And the other reason was, well, if you give me stuff that just kind of numbs the pain and numbs the feeling, how do I know? And I used to say, how am I going to know when my synapses start connecting again inside, right? How am I going to know? Because in my mind, I was never not walking again. And after months, after surgery, months of therapy and all this stuff. And then basically, like they were begging my family to try to get me to take the medications because they felt bad. They were doing it from a good place. So let me just really mention that because I was suffering. And, but something inside me knew, right? And I didn't have the level of awareness that I have today or the level of emotional intelligence or awakeness and things, but something inside of me knew. And so when they handed me the disability papers, I just put them aside and just, kept going on what I thought was right for me. And, I walk perfectly fine today if you ever saw me. So it's just like, it's kind of cool though, I think, to blend everything together. And there's just like a lot more education needed out there. And so what you've created, Trish, is just such a beautiful platform, right? To get this message out there, to bring people like Natalie's here. Natalie's been part of my journey like this, what, almost a year, Nat, maybe not quite, but she supports me with her like, magical healing stuff when I get like, whoa, right? And I'm just, and it's a little too much. I said, whatever you do, I'm like, talk that thing, do that stuff, make this little bit of anxiety, like take it away, right? Because when we're up to big things, it's inevitable to not, well, for me, to not feel it at some level, not nearly what I used to feel before. but I'm also not, wasn't creating things as big as I create them now, you know? So yeah, it's good stuff.
I love what you just said. Like you weren't creating stuff as big as you are now. And I'm gonna dive into this a little bit with you if it's okay. So,
Yeah.
how scared were you at first? Like when you started to like create what you thought was such a big thing, but now it's like not even a big thing anymore
Mm,
because you've done it.
yeah, I've already done it, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I think, I'm trying to think, you know, because like, because we didn't have one trauma, we had two. So what I will share with you is that if you ever want to like get over the fear, like that invisible fear shit, I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, I don't recommend it, but have that near death experience because as you know, like once you do, it's like we're not, nothing's really that big of a deal anymore. So after 8 years of healing, and then I was in a sitting in my car, got run over by a truck because one, you know, spinal cord injury wasn't enough. I always say my pissed off ancestors lived in my spine. They're gone now, right? No more rent. But they like, I had to have my cervical spine, 2 years of therapy, 2 years again out of work after everything, and had surgery because I realized I wasn't Buddha, you know, and I needed it the help. And then 2 weeks after surgery, I suffered the posterior stroke. Apparently, during surgery, a big artery back here tore, it blocked itself, the clot forms. It takes a couple weeks, the clot, you know, goes loose. So that experience, as not nice as it was, just gave me access and opened up just access to wisdom and knowledge and things that, like, had I not had that experience, I would have never had access to. So I'm grateful highly for it, right? And now that I've worked past it, and all the work I was putting out in the world is the work that I just took to myself. Like I already was walking my talk, let's say 90%, you know, really pretty good at that point. Girl, I made it like it sharpened, right? It sharpened every tool and skill I had, and I used it on myself to heal myself through that process. So once I came out of that, a lot wasn't scary. Like there wasn't a lot that was scary. And when you start to realize that life is all about like belief before proof, you know, everything I did was belief before proof. There was no proof I was going to walk again. Matter of fact, everything and everyone, the entire world, they were ready to put me into like a psych village, right? Because it was like, what? And so, and the same with the stroke, there was no guarantee of anything, but it's learning how to see past our current circumstance. So that's why when I do these big things and curate global conferences and the embassies and have the big one coming up in June, people are like, girl, are you nuts? They're like, you know, it's 5 weeks away. I'm like, we have so much time, right? I was like, we're so good. And then it's because I have people like you and people like Natalie and people like Christine and all the people that support this, right? That come in. And really, again, well-meaning people in our lives, guys. Don't chuck everybody off because they can't see or think or know what you know, right? But when someone will come to me, they'd be like, "Oh my God, Chanel, it's 5 weeks away." I said, "Listen, you either know it's going to work or you go in the corner and you stand in that corner until you come sit at the event, right? Because I don't need that in my space." And I say it with love and I say it with fun and I say it with grace. And now those people are buying plane tickets and coming from the UK to speak on my stage. So I'm pretty sure they see the vision, right? So it's kind of cool, you know, to be able to be that in the world that helps shift, you know, thoughts and stuff because we're all that powerful. We're all that powerful. It's just knowing that we get to a point that we know more and more when we do the inner work and the cleanup, then we understand more what we have access to and how powerful we are, right?
Ooh, drop the mic. That was amazing. And I love that story. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, you
Yeah.
really are powerful. And yeah, I mean, 5 weeks is a long time. Like, remember what we did for the Healerverse event? Like, we had like 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why community is everything. Who you surround
Exactly.
yourself by, the thoughts
Mhm.
they think, the words they say, their
Yeah.
willingness to go all in and oh, what the F, do whatever it takes, right?
Exactly. And everyone was like, this is like literally like, who are these people? Like, this event feels so good. Like, the
Mhm.
people here care so much. They'd never felt
Yep.
anything like that before. And it's like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, it's so stressful. Like, oh my God, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, da da da. And, but it always pulls off and works out and everything and winds
Yeah.
up being absolutely incredible. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think, and Trish, you know, right, from this.
Yeah.
Hello. It's when it comes from something outside of you, right? So when it comes from bigger, for me, it's God. When it comes from God, it's like, well, what am I going to tell him? No. Like, well, I'm not going to tell him no, you know? And I was sitting there, and Natalie knows this, and she spit over and had the big whiteboard, right? And every detail of June 26th event, by the way, that was written the beginning of the year. The funny part was, it was like I kept looking at it, and I had a lot of things going on, right? We did the global conference, I did 2 quarterly masterminds, I did Dallas, I did all these things. And I thought, am I like not moving on this because like I don't have the time, or when am I fitting this in? But something wasn't, it was kept holding me there, you know? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna let go. And I don't know what's happening, but I'm flying to Mexico and then the UK. When I come back, I guess I'll have this figured out. And I'm sitting in quiet and having a cup of coffee. And I just glanced over at the board because, mind you, it's big and it's on a tripod, and it's, for some reason it belonged in the middle of my living room. And I'm just like glanced at it, and I'm like, and in it came, right? In came the download, and my soul was stirred, and like the tears, like, and that and I was like, and this feeling of such like I can't even put into words. And the message came in. They're like, because this year it's not just your summit; it's the launch of your foundation. And I was like, oh. Got it. And it made all the sense in the world on why I hadn't moved yet. And then like I was out of that, whatever it was. And I just sat there. I'm like, well, this is going to be interesting because now I was going to Mexico, right, to do stuff with the government. And then I had like a week to come back and then go to launch in the UK. And it just, but it is what it is, and it is meant to be. And I did a little post today. I was in a video as I was driving to the hospital this morning. And I said, it's like when, I don't know, when I was younger and we used to drink and party and things, and it was like no one wanted to go to the bathroom because once you broke the seal, right, you're going to have to like go all the time. And I was like, the life is like that. Break the seal. Do the thing, get the first one out there, right? So, and then allow the universe to like really conspire with you and bring all the things and all the people. And it's exactly what happened. The moment I put it out there, it was like the calls came to me. Like the people reached out to me. That's how you know. And I just sit and I smile so big inside because I'm like, oh, they're the ones God's sending. And then everybody else is just the blessing, right, of the people in the community that already support with a lot of things. So yeah, it's fun. Well, it can be fun when we let it be fun. And it gets to be stressful sometimes too. But I think that's normal. That's why we have people around us to support us.
Exactly. And you have a lot of support, and it's because of how much you've done for others, and it's your time for some good karma.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
I
I'm
say
agree on that. Listen, everybody, take that in for yourselves. When I was a young nurse, so listen, I got in healthcare. I'm 52 years old. I'll be 53 this year. When I got in healthcare when I was 17, right? And the things I was doing as like a 20-year-old nurse, a 21-year-old, a 22, were things that like nobody else around me that I knew it was my age was doing. I would walk, and I was working with spinal cord patients, go figure. That's very interesting how I then became one later in life. But when I would work with them, I used to come out of the room, and I wasn't really connected with God at that time. Like I am now. It wasn't the same, but I knew somebody was up there. I would come out of the room and I'd stand in the hallway and like, do remember me for this one. Like I was like, can you keep the list? Because I know I'm not great. I know I do bad things. Could you just, I need some credit for this, right? Can you keep this list? And so I just went now, all the karma, right? All that karma from life gets to come
I
back. Yeah, I feel
mean,
like I'm out of
yeah,
my decade of survival, like it's
yes.
kind of on the other side.
You got the young age karma too. Like, goodness gracious, like
Yeah.
you look closer to 17. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, than anything. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I get it a lot. So I thought people were just nice and said you look younger.
No.
I'm gonna take it now because people say it a lot. And so now I'm just like, yeah, and now I go like, yeah, thanks. People tell me that.
Yeah, you look
But I
great.
believe them. I actually
Holy
believe them now.
shit.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
known you for a year and I had no idea. Like that's not old anyway. That's
That's so
young.
funny.
And
Yeah.
obviously I don't look 41, but like,
No, not at
no.
all. It's the energy. Well, when you do the inner cleaning, right? When we heal, because
Yes.
like I'm a transformational trainer as well, and as a transformational trainer, when we would be in trainings, we could literally do a process with somebody, and you would watch there. I know you all probably on here know this, right? If you've seen it, you'll watch the face and completely changes. You look at the person, and it looks like decades of heaviness, right? And stress and anger and pain. When you support somebody in working through that in a process and they come out of it and they do it, it's like it's the same thing we used to do when we would lift people, right? So we would do these lifts, and somebody could be as teeny tiny as you, Trish, and they could feel like they were 300 pounds. And then we could have somebody who is 300 pounds and they're light as a feather. It would just, and it's this energy that we carry, right? So when we're able to shift and move and heal and do all that, and I think that's where the looks, that's where that comes from, right? It's like this, I say it's because I didn't have kids, but that's kind of funny. So I don't have that stress. But Natalie looks young and she has kids. So it's like, but you know what I mean? Like it's just taking all that pain and stress and heaviness and cleaning up those ancestral traumas and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know. Especially after what I've been through, people do look at me and they're like, you would never, ever think, right? Like the things I've gone through. And then to look young and have this great energy and this vibe. And I'm like, that's from the work I did. That's. I
Yeah.
worked hard to have that. Mhm.
Yeah. And right now, you also work one-on-one with individuals, or you have a group where you can support them with transformation. Can you talk
Yeah.
a little bit about that?
Yeah, but the foundational program that I do, it's funny because when I became a transformational trainer, that was deep, deep, deep. That was a lot of, dude, feedback. Like I wanted to punch somebody in the head, right? Like I was like, oh my goodness. And at the end of this training, this big certification thing that I got, they gave us this bonus course and it was called the Clarity Catalyst. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute. Like I love that. Like the Clarity Catalyst. Well, we took this course and I was like, at the end, I took it as a student and then they certified us in it so we could have that as well. And I thought to myself, like, this is it though. These are the tools, these are the techniques, these are the things, because when you come out of a training room, right, or you come out of that community, you go back in the drift and you go back into that drift so easy, right? You go back to what you came from, the thoughts, the things, the behaviors. But these tools and techniques, they come from a Stanford University program. It was part of their master's degree curriculum. And they brought it out in 2006 after 9/11 and granted for several hundred women to take it along with their trauma counseling. So here it is part of a master's degree in business program. And here we're giving it to people for trauma healing. And I thought, what is this? And what it is, it's over 65 different tools and techniques of emotional intelligence that you work through that you do like in real time. It's not like you have to go somewhere or be somewhere or clock out to do them. You're doing them here, right? So it's all about how to master the mind and how to clean up from the inside. But it's like the beautiful foundation of that. So a lot of times that's an 8-week course, and we do that in group, and I'm live on video with everybody 1 hour a week. But the when I work one-on-one with people, I have them take that first because it's so easy. All I got to do is go, remember back in the course when we did that? Yeah, right. And there's their tool and the technique, and they remember, and then they go in and do their own work because it's not me doing the work. They're doing the work. I'm just sitting here showing you what was shown to me and giving you the tool and the technique. I can't do any work for you. I can be a support, I could be a guide, I could be a stand for what you say you want, but that's it. Right. So it's nice to have that as the foundation. But I've had everybody who has taken zero transformational work and like brand new people to anything, and then people who have done years of the work and they come in and take this course and they feel it. They're like, yeah, this, right? Because it quiets that voice in the head. It helps us it doesn't quiet it, it helps us understand it. And for me, when we have the clarity of understanding why we do the things we do, why we are the way we out, then we can go in and we can clean that up. We can quiet that down. We can shift it. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's really powerful. I teach it for
Wow.
years now because of it.
That's really helpful. I would love to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We're launching, I
Yeah.
think, one in June, July. Are we in
Okay.
June? We're doing it in July. So I'll do it after the June event, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yep.
Like like realized something yesterday with like, a partnership kind of that I could have probably just hearing you say that stuff, I'm like, I probably could have handled it differently. You know what I mean? Like I feel like using those tools for like personal life business could be really good. Because sometimes like, yeah, I want to take that.
Yeah, we actually teach it. So it's also called the corporate catalyst. So the culture catalyst is for corporations. We've taught it in Prada. Facebook, MGM, Anheuser-Busch, all these big companies, right? Especially when, the big C word, whatever, happened back in 2021 and people didn't know what to do with themselves, right? And companies, corporations are shutting down, things were shifting. They didn't know how to, they had no intelligence work before, not saying that rudely, but I was never taught emotional intelligence until I was, right? They didn't have it. So now you want them to deal with these stressors of life, right? And that big impact. And for people who allowed it to impact them, however they allowed it to impact them, not here to, be part of that. But imagine that you could then equip them with tools and techniques. So then corporations started to realize how important that was because you do be able to accept people where they are and who they are. And you do understand that, drop expectations and set intentions. And what's the distinction between that, right? And what is that voice and what is the trigger and why is it there, right? All this stuff. That helps people communicate with one another better. Yeah. And start to live that life by design instead of default, right? Instead of by your triggers or your current circumstance and all that stuff. And we have the power to do that if we know that and we're open to learning it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the channels for me too is like not being so available. Like it's very tricky when you have so many different ways to get in touch with us these days. We never had that when we were kids. We went and played outside. We rang doorbells. Come on, let's go play
Yeah.
manhunts. Let's go play in the woods. Like that was my MO.
Me too. I love the woods.
Yeah.
They're right beside my house. Mud pies, berry soup, all the things. And my mom's like, you don't really eat that, are you? I was like, she goes, just don't eat the berries. She goes, I don't think the dirt will kill you, but the berry might. She's like, I don't know. But yes, I was like you. It was a different world. I didn't have social media until like a decade ago. Like I was 42, maybe 41, right? And I was just like, I'm here. If you're here, awesome. If you're not, like, I don't care. And now I'm all over social media. Like God knew he had a plan. It wasn't my
Yeah.
plan. And we opened the account. And then next thing you know, I got into network marketing a year later. And that was the vehicle that, traveled me to here. So, but that was necessary. And it was so uncomfortable for me. So uncomfortable, right? I had to do everything and to get out of my way. And the things they like post something, go live, like, what are you talking about? Right. And that was just a decade ago when we think about it, guys. And now, like, global stages all over the place, creating them, speaking on them, what's really funny is when this year, God opened the doors to like this global stuff. And I was like so not about like politics or this or the government or anything. I'm like, there are people who are brought here on earth for that. And I'm not one of them. Like, that's what I would say. And so the next thing you know, like I'm at the Nigerian embassy and I'm creating things and I'm speaking at the 70th session. Like all this was just in the last few months. And I share it humbly because I was laughing at it. I was like, ooh, what? We're going where? We're doing what? Flying to Mexico, working with the government. And I'm like, what am I? This is who? What? Right? All right. And it's just so funny. And if you're just open to where it'll take you, and then now that I'm there, I'm like, this is really just no big deal. These are just more people that I know. Now I understand their world better. Now, how do I support in here? And now God gave me the bigger platform. That's what he was giving me. Right. And I just had to go through this like it was the very quickest like training ever. Right. And I'm still learning. But that's what he was doing for me. And so that helped me open it up for then the people in my community. Right. That's all I get excited about. That's the most exciting thing I get. I'm just like, oh my God, I can bring you guys want to go to New York. You want to go here. You want to do there. 2027. We might go here. And I'm like, who's coming? The question is just who's coming. Right. I've never been selfish with that in any way, shape, or form. I always invite people in, whether they come, whether they stay, however they be. That's on them. I got a mission. Like I'm going on my mission. You can either jump in the seat in the rocket ship or you don't, and there's no judgment, you know? Um, but it's cool when these things happen and you find yourself in places I never would have dreamed of that. That was a nice surprise from him, right? Because a lot of times we create our life, so we have an idea of where we're going, right? We have that goal and that vision and we can make it happen. But it's the ones when God brings it in and you're just like, I had no idea, you know?
The surprises.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice ones. I've had some crazy, not great ones, and now I'm getting the great ones, right? So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to go through the not nice ones to realize that we're deserving of more. and
Yep.
so we can help more people too. Like,
Right.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
can't learn the lessons without it, and we can't guide anyone down a path we haven't traveled. At least I
yeah.
wouldn't, because it's just inauthentic. And who am I to just like, it was interesting because a lot of women would come to me, women who were in like really bad relationships or had like abusive relationships. And I would just be like, I don't know, go find somebody. Like, I've never done that. I don't know why you're there. I don't know why you stay in that. And like, lo and behold, the year that I was, recovering from the posterior stroke from the surgery, someone came into my life, like, white horse armor. I keep saying like a horse in armor, but I don't think that's what the saying is. Anyway, it's extremely abusive mentally while like I'm recovering from like the brain. And just so I said to the devil, I'm like, devil, high five to you, buddy. Like, you literally had to like destroy part of my brain, but then to even gain that touch of access to me. Right. And then it trickled in like through my business stuff. And now that's all cleaned up. But it's just, but I also realize now that God gave me that experience. So now when women do come to me, I do understand. I really do, and it's just, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that's what that was for. So I'm pretty solid 360. It's very little that people can come to me with that I don't like fully just look at them and be like, I hear you. Like, truly and like honestly, authentically, I hear you. The only thing is I've never like lost a child. The loss of a child would be something I wouldn't be able to fully embody. But other than that, I mean, it's a lot, and there's reasons for that, right? It's all the education and the knowledge and the wisdom and the ability. And if we don't take it, I feel like it's our due diligence, our responsibility to take that into the world and to guide others. That's like what he brought me here for, right? And now I'm very clear on that. Clearly, I'm a healer. I've only been one my whole life in one capacity or another, for all these decades. So just looks different now. It's good stuff.
I'm like taking it all in. It's so good. And all this is so relatable. Like, yeah. It's you never know when you could be of service. Sometimes, like when I first got into the halfway house in 2015, um, I remember that I was finally able to walk, like it was like, 4 months after. And I remember holding the door for this guy in a wheelchair and thinking, I was in your shoes. You know what I mean? Just a few months ago, like and just thinking about how grateful I was to hold the door for somebody. And sometimes like it's it always actually is it's the little things that matter so much too. Um, like holding the door for people or just like being kind, whether we've gone through it or not, like just trying to be kind. And then also, of course, using discernment to not allow stuff to drain our energy because we have that empathetic, healer, loving side that sometimes and always people will specifically come to us with all their problems, dump, dump, dump. And it's like, are you available for this? Is kind of like important. And I think it's okay too to sometimes say that you don't have the capacity to take it on. I did that last week. Somebody, yeah, boundaries and discernment. Somebody did
Mhm.
call me and dump, dump, dump. And I said, I'm so sorry. This is too much for me right now. And I'm sorry. Like, I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho.
Right, right.
I don't know why I use that wording. Oh dear.
You're okay. You're okay. It's your show. So,
Listen, I'm a little gangster and also from the angelic realm and alien. Like there's like a whole mix, Like, yeah. Thank God I
I
don't punch
love you.
people anymore like I used to, but um yeah, we need to like make sure we take care of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. That's why, I was exhausted. I have been depleted completely before because I wasn't around people like us. And so I didn't understand my differences. And so that empathetic part and that intuitive side, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that they were gifts. I didn't know what they were. I just knew that I felt everything. And I thought we all did, guys. I didn't know that, right? So with this word empath like entered my world, like in the last decade, I'm like, then we all did, that's not every, I just thought everybody, I thought that was normal. I thought everyone was like that. And they're just like, no, Janelle, not everyone is like that. And I was like, can you imagine? And all the years of the death and the trauma and the sickness and the illness and all of it, like I absorbed all of it. And I had no idea. And I remember being in line one time in the cafeteria hospital, and I looked at someone and I said, I was like, right now, like, God forbid that somebody close to me would pass away or something. I'm like, I would just completely, like, I would just lose it. Like, I didn't have, and I didn't even know what that meant at the time or why that even came out of my mouth, but I was just like, I was so burdened. And so then after going through the transformational training, doing the work, learning boundaries and all that good stuff, like it's there. I have no problem. I don't think now. I don't know. Maybe I do it a little, but I don't think I do. I think I'm very clear on who's in my space and who's not. Natalie is in my space, right? Like she'll tell you, but people see me and they see what they see on social media and they're like, oh my God, but you're always with everybody and you're this and you're that and you're whatever. And I'm like, I'm in service then. Like, if you want to see me, go to my house with me and my dog. It's like, that's us, right? Like, and if you let me, this Virgo, this hermit would sit in their house 24/7 and I'd be happy in a box. Like, I don't need all that stuff. That's actually like, that's me being in service to people, right? And it can be very draining. And so I'd be mindful of that. And some people are like, oh my God, you never stop. How do you go? I'm like, yes, I do. I just don't record myself laying on my couch with my dog and show it to you, right? Or me going for a walk or being at a beach or being with like a single friend. I don't show you that. Like you don't have access to it. It doesn't mean it's not happening. But in their mind, they just see me everywhere and they think, oh my God, are you okay? Do you whatever? I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, I'm fine, right? And it's because I don't allow that draining stuff around me though. Just like I said with the event, if you can't see it happen in 5 weeks, I'll love you, but you go stand in that corner because I don't want even those words in my space. Like I got something big to do, and that I can't even have one word that like, and I know you mean well, but get out of here.
Yeah.
Like get out of here until it's done, right? So, and I laugh about it, but I mean it. Um,
Yeah.
and I would think I was sharing with Nat on the phone the other day how once you get to a certain level and you've worked so hard and you do take so much action and you create so much, I'll get upset with people because they don't understand because they haven't done it themselves yet. And until you do, you have no idea. You have no idea, right? The amount of commitment and consistency and dedication and everything that it took. So, but who that has made me become, like we were on a call and I was like, and I was sharing with Natalie, I said, do you hear that though from me? And I said, that isn't the Jenell from the past, right? I am just straight up clear. This is what I had to offer. This is what you give in return. If you cannot do this, blah, 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 right? Because there's got to be this equal, like, and the old me was like, okay, all right, I got it. Don't worry. Like, I don't, she doesn't exist anymore, and it's a good place. And then there's that balance of softness and, being in our masculine, right? So we all have masculine and feminine energy. And when you're in do mode and create mode, I am going to tap into my masculine energy more. So I am consistently reminding myself to also like, don't forget that feminine energy, like, especially, when you're dealing with different things. And so that's good too. And my awareness is good of that. I just noticed it like yesterday, to just be playful and have fun still, even in go mode, So the balance. Yeah. I don't know if balance exists. I call it harmony. Sometimes I harmonize this way. Sometimes I harmonize that way.
Oh, I
So
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, right. Because there's no balance. There's no balance. There's just crazy. There's crazy
She's
harmony.
Virgo.
That's what we're gonna call it now. Crazy harmony. But yeah.
I love
So
that. Yeah. That's very, very relatable. Yeah. I think people like see me in the last like, 6 years or whatever, like 7 years traveling all over the place and think like, wow, she's living her best life. And it's like, hi, I'm on a mission.
Right, right. There is a difference. I know. I say, people ask me, like, why do you still work in nursing right now? I'm like, well, that's just my mission. I was like, I still have this life that I get to pay my bills and do my stuff. Why I take my mission and build my legacy. It's just, I'm like, this is my morning. I tell them at work here, I'm just, listen, they're all going to get free like tickets to the gala because they deal with me. But I was just like, my day starts at 3:30. This is just my morning. And they think I'm nuts. I'm like, oh no, like my whole day starts when I leave here, right? This is just my warm up. And then there's like the thing I get to do in life. So yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it?
And it's amazing. Like, God bless you. Like, people that are in the hospital, they get to see you. Like, that's not a good place to be. That's like the last place you want to go. So, like, to be able to go there and see you is still a huge blessing for everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel blessed too. Like I don't do ER trauma stuff anymore. I do this outpatient. We do like it's like really simple. I'm just not going to talk about it too much because I'm at work.
Yeah.
And B, like
Yeah, but you
just leave it
earned
as
your
is.
right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right?
Yeah.
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 I don't want to
Yeah.
like, jinx it. So now it
Yeah.
is a blessing for
But
sure.
still, it's like people would rather be like living their life instead of not an outpatient. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I hear you. But I am excited that you're going to come take the stage in a few
Yeah,
weeks.
me too.
Yeah,
I'm excited too. Thank you for doing the content around it, because that makes my life a lot easier.
of course. You have a whole folder. You have a whole folder coming today. Don't worry. It's actually
Nice.
this morning.
Love
Yeah.
that. Love that.
Well,
Yeah,
that's the
tell
thing,
us all
right?
about that. Tell us about that. So
Okay,
we can get
so
this out
yeah,
before.
June
Yeah.
26th, come
Uh-huh.
see Trish. Come see
Yeah.
Trish. It's the Trish Show. On June 26th, we're doing Resilience Rising, 2026 International Leadership Summit. And we'll kick the day off. We're going to have, we'll have the continental breakfast. We have like a whole vendor village. If we do still have some vendor spots left, if anyone here and you're in holistic and wellness and health and it aligns, then we're being very intentional with who we bring in. We have not accepted everybody who's reached out for vendor spots. Because the whole mission behind this is so important to me. And so the day is going to be filled. We have breakout sessions, right? So it's about a lot about leadership in business. We have a leadership panel. The mayor from Coral Springs is going to lead that. We have a health and wellness panel. We have an expert coming in to teach on grants and not just for nonprofits, but for nonprofits and for profits. We have someone who's coming in to teach on financial literacy, someone coming in to teach on your branding, someone can teach on your messaging. We have Forbes Riley who will be up there, right? The queen of pitch, right? She's going to teach you business stuff. We have Dawn Evans, she runs the Ajuda Foundation. Not runs it, she's the founder of it over in the UK. Guys, that's like equivalent to the American Heart Association here in the US. And she also runs the Mental Health and Wellbeing Show, which I just flew back. I spoke on that stage. Literally, the woman takes over the Cardiff Stadium because she has over 3,000 attendees, right? And there's 3 floors. And it was just amazing. You got to go next year with us, Trish. Talk about like over 85 vendors, all this
I haven't been
holistic.
to Cardiff yet.
It's amazing. It was so amazing. So she's
Yeah.
flying in.
Cardiff
So we're gonna do
in
something on.
Ireland. Let's go.
Yeah. We can actually fly there and then do the half and go directly. Okay, we'll talk
I
about that
need to go
later.
to
I already
Ireland.
know like the flight plan, right? So, but yeah, it's gonna be incredible. And then obviously we're gonna have you come take the stage, share your story, and then we have a red carpet gala and fashion show. It's one night in Havana is the theme. We have Miss International World. We have models from all over the world. We have Tina Veda addressing everyone. We have the Ambassador Sanon, a fellow ambassador with mine. He's coming in. We'll do Global Distinguished Leadership Awards. It's going to be amazing, right? Dancing, networking. And all this supports 2 nonprofits. So one is the Coates Foundation. That's my buddy, Brian DeCobo. He has 2 young children with a very rare disease called Coates disease. He built this foundation because they lost their 4-year-old son and they are against the clock to save their other son from dying of this. So they did find that there is stem cell treatment. They discovered the treatment through his foundation. Incredible. And now they're raising money to actually get it like going, right? And then this is also supports the launch of the Entrepreneurial Women's Global Foundation, which is my nonprofit that supports women who have overcome trauma and adversity and helping to launch or scale their business. So we will offer like business training, we will offer the mindset the health, the wellness. We'll give them visibility stages. We'll give them grants into local programs. And that's the whole idea of it is I want to create like an ecosystem, like you almost like you have here at Healerverse, but an ecosystem where trusted and vetted professionals that have programs for these women to go into. Because if we're going to take the funds from the foundation and put it into programs, I want to ensure that I know personally who is whose like care I'm putting, because I look at like I'm putting you in somebody's care, whose care I'm putting you into, right? Because I've learned from very discerning hard lessons, not everybody is who they say they are. And I don't give a shit about your titles because they've had some really amazing, impressive titles and it hasn't mattered, right? So that is like so important to me. And I'm really excited about it. And it's just so all the profit from this will go towards those two causes. So we would love to have Healiverse in there, have your community there. What we did at the Healiverse event, like we said, the caliber of people that are in the room, it's amazing. I've always gotten that too from any event that I've curated. It's just people are like, oh my God, the people I met, and that's that vibration, that's that energy. But yeah, it's just going to be an incredible day. So win, win, win all the way around, right? And it's in
Yeah.
Deerfield. It's at the Wyndham in Deerfield, which is really cool. Down on the beach, so it's a nice venue. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it.
I am
Yeah,
so, I'm so
yeah.
grateful that it's Deerfield too. So it's like, nearby.
It's not all the way in Miami.
I know.
You go to
If it was
Miami, you must feel like
Miami,
you're
I
all the
don't
way.
know. I don't know
Yeah.
what my deal is with Miami.
I don't know. It's flashy. It's good.
Which
I
is
like
like
some of
fine.
it.
I
I
don't
like
care
a
about that.
splash of
Yeah.
that, but
It's just like
I
the
don't know.
traffic and it's dangerous driving down there. You like risk your life. So that's the truth. I'm just
That's funny.
like used to like peace and serenity now. Like, like my house is like 5 minutes from the beach, and this is like
I- Same. Yeah. I hear
everyone
you.
in this neighborhood is like 60, 70 plus, and they all go back to New York. Now the neighborhood is empty. The whole neighborhood is empty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it feels so good when everybody leaves.
That's nice. I live in Pompano, right? Like right near the
Yeah.
beach. And the thing is, boy, they're blowing up Pompano. I just saw
Oh,
on
yeah.
social media today the plans for the new, yeah. So like, because they're moving up, right? So that's like the next like little town to take over and blow up, and then
Yeah.
they'll hit Lighthouse Point, then they'll hit Delray, even greater, I'm sure. hmm They'll get to you. They'll get to you, Trish,
They
eventually.
won't, because
I just.
The Jupiter peeps, they won't allow it. They've tried.
Well, Pompano fought it for years, years,
Really?
years. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
because there's like,
They
yeah,
were
there's
totally
some
against it.
interbreeding. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean
It's
that,
life. It's all good.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
Amazing.
anyway, yeah, I'm excited. It's good
Me
stuff.
too.
That's funny. Today I was driving here. It's like, oh, it's 5:30, whatever time it was. And I said, I've never been so excited. Like I've never been that, yay, live for Friday person. I am so that girl right now because I'm just like, whatever. And so I'm like, yay, it's Friday. Like I have a few more days off. And by off, I mean I have a few more days to work on what I work on. So it's just, that's where I am right now. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy it's Friday again. I said, oh God, this is the second Friday in a row that I've said that. I was like, I never used to say that shit, right? I'm like, don't be a
Yes,
live for Friday person. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be that girl for right now for a little while
I
until
feel
this
that
is done.
too. I'm like I want to just chill. Like I'm ready for some chill actually. Like and just get off the phone. Yeah, like for like, like I'm excited. Maybe go on vacation next week or something, the following week.
I'm gonna do
But
that after.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I think Sid's gonna be going on vacation too. Little
I
does he
like
know.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, well, maybe not. Maybe he's ready to hit the grind and the ground. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes happening right now, and it's an exciting time to be alive. And like you said, like being the masculine for so long, which is great. I thrive. Like most of my birth chart is masculine, so it's actually semi-alignment for me. But I really probably would love to like take some time like to chill out and like let it sink in because I have so many projects that are ready to
Mhm.
like go, go, go. And then I'm gonna go on a hiring spree. So like tap into like what kind of employees do I want and all that, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's important.
I think that's great if you do that, if you do allow yourself to come out of your high masculine energy when you want to sit and manifest and bring in your employees, right? Because you want
Yes,
to have that beautiful balance of, yeah, and you want to be able to see them from like a whole like 360
yes,
perspective, not
yes.
just, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm like really, that's just natural for me to see stuff scale in my head, see stuff go. Like I think so fast, but like now I have to think like wide and also coming to discernment and boundaries, like certain people that I do want to come on my team.
right,
And
right,
yeah, and then, but also like realistically, like I'm sort of like anti-corporate, but like I need somebody that knows how to do the corporate stuff because I've always been sales, 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 sales. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's like really good for like setting up the ops, right? But like not managing the ops. Very different
yep,
personality.
totally different. Totally
Yeah.
different animal.
Yeah,
Listen, with that,
yeah,
I hear you because when this nonprofit,
yeah.
right? I was blessed. So, Dr. Patty Mason, I knew that like her story, and she grew self like first millionaire and the family and came from trauma and all the things. I thought, what a better person. And it wasn't until we sat down one on one and had the conversation. She was already like a yes. We realized that that's why we have met. We couldn't, for 6 months we didn't know, but it was something. And so then, she tells me she has all this experience with doing nonprofits and doing this and that. And she knew every detail and every pay. Here was me. I'm like, it's all you, girl. I was like, you just tell me what to do with that money. It's just like, I am not going to sit here and act like I know anything about that. Will I learn from you? Yes. Will I keep my eyes on it? Yes. But do I have any idea? Like, what a freaking blessing. Because knowing me, I end up in jail because I did something wrong with my nonprofit that I didn't know, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Oh,
yeah, it sounds silly, but it's true. There's so many detailed documents. You have no idea what goes into it until you start like, and so I was like, thank you for bringing her. But see, that's what I'm telling you. When it's not you, and it's God, He'll give you who you need, right? So
yeah.
stop worrying and do the thing.
Yeah.
Stop worrying
Show
about like
process.
how it's going
Yeah.
to be done and just go do it. It's never
Yeah.
going to get done if you just don't take the steps to go do it. And if it doesn't work out the first time the way you wanted it to, join the rest of the effing world. Like, yay, like go do it again, you know? But it's like you just got to go, like launch, break the seal, baby, right? And
Exactly.
then have faith that He'll bring you who you need, and He will, whoever that is for you. Like, but yeah, the universe will. It's good
Amen.
stuff. Amen, sister.
I love
Yeah,
that. Thank
me
you for
too.
that motivational speech. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like totally. I'm excited. I'm excited to like, I'm excited for like having like the biggest tech team ever, like bigger than Elon Musk. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Because I'm obsessed with technology.
Love
And like
it.
building it. I have this obsession. I think about it when I'm sleeping, when I wake up. I love building technology. Web 2, Web 3, blockchain, tokenize everything.
Yeah,
Like
and I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm learning it
exactly.
all.
We're going
Right.
into like this
Exactly.
like whole like, blockchain like amazingness and it's exciting for me as a nerd.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that for the nerd in you. It's so good. It's so good. That's
And
so
I honor
funny.
that title.
Me, I just like to like wave my wand around and like create things, right? Create things and platforms and stages and this and that and
Perfect.
whatever, centerpieces, I don't know, bake cakes. Like it's just the weirdest thing. It's just this creativity. But there is a sense of responsibility in business that, we do get to run. I learned so much on how to run the back end, but there's still so much more, right? That gets to be in place. But I really have learned to enjoy it along the way and surrender to the fact of what I think it's supposed to look like or how fast that's supposed to grow. And I've never gone without anything. Even when I had nothing, I went without any, I never needed anything. And there wasn't like people around at that time, like financially supporting me or doing anything. And people will go, how did you keep that? How did you make that happen? Well, I don't know. There was a lot that I lost, a lot. But I never went without anything. Like it's the strange, right? And I go back and I'm like, I don't try to dissect it too much because none of it would make sense. If I tried to give you details on how like the light stayed on when you're paralyzed in a bed and you're not moving and there's no income, I don't know, but everything always worked out. And I think that's like the biggest thing, like it's always working out. Um, just keep faith in that. And it's all mindset, right? Just say right here. Right here, we have everything we need. Um, yeah, so important. Your face.
A few times I have like nothing to say. I'm like, that's like that, like it deeply resonates and penetrates when you say certain things. I'm just like, all right, keep
Yeah.
going, Jenell, keep going.
You know what's funny? Listen, I don't know what that is because a lot of times I don't know, it still does happen. So it's not like a lot of times I'll take a stage, whether I know I'm taking it, I don't know I'm taking it, and I'll get up there and just like, right, I'll read the room and then he comes through and all the things. And then I'll just be like, hey, did anybody get any pictures? Like, did you get a picture of me on stage so I can put on my set? And everybody's like, no, I was just listening to you. And nobody picks up their phone. I was like, because we're also captivated. I'm like, okay. I laugh at myself because I'm like, you think I'd be really heavy about that, but I don't even know what came out of my mouth. And I'm like, and nobody had a picture. I was just like, and then I'm just like, okay, but the reason why, but it happens more often than not. Natalie was amazing in Texas with me. I was like, Natalie, please be my camera girl. And she was. She did. She was all over that room from the front to the back to the side. It was great. I finally had pictures. It was so funny. I was like, I'm gonna take you with me everywhere. Yeah. Oh, it makes me laugh. But it is nice. Sometimes I do that to people.
I have your back. Like if I ever see my friends on stage, I'm on it. So just
Yeah,
know on the room, like you're gonna get a picture.
I
Maybe
love
not like
that.
one on one, but
Well,
like
we
if
have
you're
like
on stage,
photographers.
I take it
Yeah.
seriously. I'm like, I need to make sure I hook my friends up, you know?
But we don't think
Yeah,
about it, but it is nice to have it because that's how the world works, right? You get to
yeah.
show it. But Rui will actually be there. I'm so excited. We just got a contract with him yesterday for the event for June 26th. So we do have professional videography, going on throughout both days and both days, both day and night. Just one day. But yeah, so anyway,
I'm so
girlfriend,
excited. We're
me
gonna
too.
definitely be promoting the event June
Yeah, and reach out
26th.
to Trish, guys, if you
Yeah,
want to register. She has her
yeah.
link, her
Yes,
affiliate link. So we
yes.
want to know if you came through her community. That would be amazing.
I'm just
Um,
gonna blast the link everywhere and it's gonna be because I don't really answer social media, so just go to Janelle's profile, click on the link, go book.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll see you.
reach out to me. Yeah, we'll
Yes,
see you there. It's gonna
yeah.
be amazing. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a
Yes,
lot of fun. And I'll have a
yes.
suite and stuff. We'll have room like if you're farther away and you want to go from conference to the gala and you may need to get changed or something, just let me know. Like we always make things work out, right? So that we have like an hour and a half in between. But we'll make sure there's room for people to get changed and stuff and it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Thank
Good
you so
stuff.
much.
Thank you. Well,
Thank
I am
you.
going to get back to the desk.
Thank you guys for another
We're going.
amazing week of the Healerverse Roundtable. We'll catch you on Healerverse, and we'll
Bye.
see
Thank
you
you.
on the 26th.
That's right. Let's go.